This is the plaintiff, Wander Ortiz. He says he bought a Volkswagen Passat from the defendant, and to this day, almost 2 months later, he's still without title. How long could it possibly take to get a darn title? There's obviously a problem, and he wants to undo the deal and get his $600 returned here and now. This is the defendant, Eric Dimitro. He says he told the plaintiff the title was coming from Georgia and he'd have to get it to him, but the plaintiff's the most impatient guy he's ever met. He calls him every minute of the day, harasses him, and even threatened to have him arrested. Arrested? Ha! He's accused of tiptoeing around a title.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff bought a VW from the defendant and still hasn't gotten the title back. The defendant says the plaintiff has ants in his pants. It's the case of don't bug me.
It's okay. Wander Ortiz, you are suing Eric Dimitro for $600 that you spent on a car that you bought from him and you still don't have a title to. What's going on?
Yes, how you doing, Your Honor? I bought a car on Craigslist. I was looking at a car on Craigslist for my personal use at school and work. I come with the defendant, and we came to an agreement of $600 that was going to put out on the down payment just for the car. After that, he was telling me that he was going to get the title in like 2 days, which was Thursday. So I was like, okay, I'm aware of that.
How much were you going to pay for the car entirely?
$750.
What kind of car was this?
It was a 1998 Volkswagen Passat.
Okay, and so you pay him $600 and you actually physically take custody of the car or no?
Yes.
Okay.
I took down his information, driver's license and everything. After that, I took the car, I towed it back to Staten Island, where I'm from. And yeah, like I said, he told me that he was going to get the title. So 2 days passed by, it was Thursday. Then he just came about that week by week just passed by and telling me that he still hasn't arrived it, that he still hasn't had the title. So a month passed by, he never picked up my calls or nothing. And then I'm just like, where's the title? And he said he don't has it. So I have a witness, as you can see, and she's aware of what happened, the situation as well.
Was she present during any of the discussions?
Yes, she was present.
Come on up. What is your relationship to him?
We work together at the secondhand store in Staten Island.
All right. And so were you present ever for any discussions between the two of them?
Well, just when he called him on the phone, he had put it on speaker because he told me that he wanted to take him to court so I can hear what they were talking about.
Ooh, good one. Okay, so what happened?
He asked him if he had the title of the car, and he had told him no, that he didn't have it. So he asked him, okay, so can I get my money back? And he was like, oh, I don't have the money right now. So he was like, oh, what are you trying to say? He was like that he was on disability, that's the reason why he couldn't give him his money back.
And he had spent the money that was already paid to him, I take it. But what was he saying, why he didn't have the title?
Oh, he just told him that he didn't have the title.
Why don't you have a title to the car?
Because, Your Honor, I bought the car from someone already before that, and the car needed work, so I put some work into the car, and then I didn't have the rest of the money to fix it. So I posted up on Craigslist for $750.
I don't understand. Do you own the car or don't you?
Well, I bought the car from a lady. I have a bill of sale from her.
Then why don't you have the title to the car? What you're telling me about the car needing work is not an answer to that.
So if the defendant can't pretty quickly turn over title, can the plaintiff undo the deal and get his money back? What do you think?
I think he can because the other guy's trying to hustle him out of the car.
What if the other guy says, you got to give me a little bit of time? Do you have to give somebody a little bit of time when they haven't given you title and you paid for the car?
I think if they're selling the car, they should have it ready when they're...
Like that?
Yeah, immediately.
Okay, and you're going to get the final word.
They should have the title ready if they're selling the car.
If they don't have it ready within days, do you get your money back?
Sure you do.
That simple?
That simple.
Okay, we will find out going inside the courtroom.
Well, I'm just telling you because the lady told me that she was waiting for the title in the mail. So
how many people jumped title here? So you didn't title it in your name. How about that lady? Did she title it in her name?
I guess it's in her name. I'm not for sure. So I bought it from her at her house. And I told him before he bought the car that I do not have the title yet.
Okay, I understand. But now it's been a month, 2 months almost since he bought the car. Do you have the title?
No, the lady told me
still don't have the title.
As soon as she gets it, she'll give me a call.
Well, that's great, but guess whose problem it is? Yours, not his. At some point, he's entitled to no longer wait, because I assume you're not driving it because you can't register it, and until when does he wait? It's been 2 months already. What did you guys have an agreement about how long you would wait for the title?
Yes, as you can see, I wrote a bill of sale. I have a copy as
you are prepared. Here, let me see that bill of sale. Do you watch People's Court? You've been watching me, haven't you? I know you have. Is this for real?
Yeah. Actually, he filled it out himself. So
say it again.
He filled that out himself.
But did you sign it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we call a contract. Somebody writes it. Okay, and in here, in this contract, it says, blah, 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 deposit title is on hold, waiting, 150 will be given when the title arrives. I am selling this car to Wonder Ortiz, 15-day limit or money back. Was that part in there?
I didn't put that down.
Did he put that in there
Yes, he did.
afterwards?
Yes.
It looks a little squeezed in, Wander.
No, actually, that day, as you can see, is a little sloppy because that day I was just jotting
It looks a
everything.
little squeezed in, gotta tell you.
I was jotting everything down fast.
All right, let's assume this didn't exist, okay? Let's assume I can't trust this, it worries me, and I'm just gonna put it to a side.
Okay.
You still can't sell a car without a title, eventually. And eventually is how long it's reasonable for somebody to wait. You're really supposed to have the title and have it registered to your name before you sell it. But even if you put them on notice and you got it super cheap and you're telling them this is my problem, but you'll get it. There's only a certain amount of time a person has to wait before they say, oh my gosh, I'm never going to be able to register this car. Give the guy back his money, $600, verdict for the plaintiff.
Done.
Oh, by the way, what is this little piece of paper? While we're all talking about honesty and squeezing things in and all this other stuff, let me just ask you about this. What's this little piece of paper saying you sold the car for $5?
What? No, I didn't sell it for $5.
I know you didn't. What I'm asking you is, what is this piece of paper?
I bought it for $5.
Oh, so you're okay. I'm sorry, because I was trying to pin this on him, but it's all you trying to cheat the tax man.
That's me.
That's you trying to cheat the tax man.
That's all I gave.
Stop it. Okay.
Well, I guess you have to have a title within a reasonable amount of time. What do you think is reasonable?
Well, actually, he bought the car as is. So I told him that the car needed some work and had the title. So he was just very impatient, being very jumpy about it. So I guess, learn from your mistakes. What can you do? It's about 2 months.
All right, you head right down there. Okay, let's see what he has to say. All right, Wander, come on in here and tell me, step right in here. How do you feel about the outcome of this case now?
Yeah, like I said, I made a mistake to actually buy a car on Craigslist and just next time I'm aware of it, just never give them money if you don't have the title in hand.
Hey, very, very good.
Thank you,
Harvey?
Okay, you know what? When you have a contract, there's a run-of-the-mill contract that says, you have to deliver title, blah, blah, blah. But there's not a specific amount of time on when you have to do it. The law says it's a reasonable time before you have to actually turn over the title. It doesn't have to be the second the deal is made. Right in the words, time is of the essence. It makes a difference.